what you're saying. The universe hears what you mean, and you mean what you feel. And you have more control over what you feel than you've been exercising. But not anymore. Now, you're going to make those choices. Do I want to be happy or unhappy? Well, Abraham, that's really a silly question. Is it? Is it that silly? Or is it worth thinking about? Because if you want to be happy, you wouldn't be talking about a bunch of that stuff you're talking about if you really want to be happy. You wouldn't be going down that road. You wouldn't be sifting through that data. If you really wanted to be happy, you'd be reaching for thoughts that feel more happy. You would. And do not misunderstand us. We are not trying to relegate you to actionless, emotional-less, momentum-less meditators. That's not what's going on here. What we're wanting to help you do is to get the footing from which you want the momentum to proceed, because it is a sure thing. Momentum will proceed, because law of attraction is never idle. So every waking moment, momentum is proceeding. You get to choose the direction of the momentum. Yeah, really good. Enough?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is my second time up here, so it's like winning the Academy Award.
You can thank your alignment.
I do. I came from Toronto to ask you this.
Oops, time's up.
Although my voice is shaking, I actually I make my living off of words. I host a radio show on Sirius XM. I'm a writer. My dad was a writer, a communicator.
He is a writer.
He is a writer. You know where I'm going with this. It's the only thing we kind of had in common.
Have in common.
Have in common. She's good. I had it all planned out how I was going to tell you, but you're telling me. He had his croaking experience when I was 17. So in the 17 years we were together, it wasn't pretty. He was very homophobic. I'm gay as a garden party in June. He was a drunk, and I was a really lippy teenager.
We're perfect together.
It was amazing. It was amazing. So a lot of contrast and
a lot of launching.
A lot of launching. And I was so eager to start my life after he died. When he died, it was a relief.
Because the excuse that you had been using to disallow your alignment faded from view. And so the conditions changed, and it got easier for you.
It got easier for me.
But it was still conditional.
Mm-hmm. I was so eager to just get out and into the mix and into the molding of the clay, as you'd say, that I skipped going to post-secondary school, and I have created my own life. I have the best life, the hottest husband, the best career. I'm an amazing manifester, and I've become more amazing since studying your teachings. But it's always amazed me that I have a career really similar to my dad's. We're both communicators. And I have to say this again, I do really, really well at this. And it's kind of like I've had a horseshoe up my ass the whole time, because I do really, really well at this, and I've got no education, no formal training. It's just happening. And this is a build-up to something, because...
I'll get over it.
Yeah, sorry. So I was on a flight once, a couple of years ago. All this time's gone by. My dad died. I have had no feeling about my dad ever again. Maybe bitterness, maybe anger, but on the whole, it was like he was just a small part of my life. And so I was on this flight, and I was in the vortex on the flight, so I got more in the vortex by turning on one of your CDs. And it was after Jerry had passed. So someone was asking you about personality and what happens to our personalities when someone has their experience. And you were trying to find different ways to explain how Esther was dealing with it. And so I'm sitting on the plane, and I'm really interested in this. And you said when Jerry died, Esther was left with a part of a business to run that Jerry had been running, and Esther couldn't find anybody to work Jerry's job, and so Jerry had been very, very good at it, and Esther decided to try her hand at it, and she discovered that she was very, very good at it. And it was because Jerry has been flowing through Esther the whole time. Jerry hasn't ever gone anywhere. So I'm on this flight, and I'm sandwiched between these two guys, and I felt this sensation that was liquid, it was love, it was gold, go right up through me. And I burst into tears on the flight because I realized that my dad's been with me the whole time, flowing through me.
Yeah.
And that's why I've had a good creative career. That's why the words flow easily. That's why the impulse to pick up the phone when I pick up the phone has come. And I realized that my dad has been giving me the love in his new experience that he and I could never maintain together while he was in his physical body.
Because while he was in his physical body, you were living conditionally. The conditions that he presented to you, you couldn't get around. It wasn't until those conditions faded into the background that you were able to allow. But this is what we're saying to all of you now. In other words, this is a brilliant presentation. We are appreciating so much the clarity that you're bringing to this conversation. We want everyone to understand, however, that they do not have to wait for something that dramatic to happen in order for the unconditional thing to begin. You just have to understand it, and you all now do, and you really do.
I really do, and I just want to say thank you. And I have a relationship with my dad now.
Yeah.
I have one. I have the relationship I never had.
Yeah.
And I wanted to
He wants you to know something too. He wants you to know that it was the relationship that he often had with you, even when you weren't having any of it, even when he was physically focused. In other words, a lot of that was there, but you couldn't realize it because you were all twirled up in the other stuff that was going on. Just like everybody's all twirled up in other stuff that's going on. In other words, you're all twirled up in stuff that doesn't matter. The light's blinking, that's Jerry. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll stop now, but I just wanted to say, because this has been a new experience to everyone in the room, that this is what you can manifest. It's not just about the money, it's not just about the career. This is the manifestation.
Oh, well, the fun of the money.
This is it.
Well, you said it better than we can. When you realize that all that you have loved and all that you really are is focused right here with you and loving this moment. And when you feel that way, what you're feeling is that we are feeling. In other words, you are the translator of that which we are. It really puts it into clarity, doesn't it, that we are all in this together. And Esther found, and she teases Jerry about this a lot, I'm translating you better than you ever translated you. And then Jerry says, yeah, because you don't have the you to deal with that I had to deal with. They're just having a great amount of fun, all in this together. In
Thank
other
you
words,
so much.
absence of resistance. Alignment trumps everything, doesn't it?
It does,
Yeah.
it does, and I
Yeah.
learned that more than words can say, as
Yeah.
you would say.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait. Everyone sit down. Everyone sit down.